Hey guys, this is Mr. Decker, and this is lesson 23 of the Express course on code.org. And this lesson is for loops with the artist. Our computer science standards for this lesson are creating programs that use variables to store and modify data, and decomposing or breaking down problems into smaller, manageable subproblems to facilitate the program development process. Our essential question for this lesson is, how are for loops useful in programming? Well, they are very, very useful. Let's dig in here. This lesson is on code.org. Make sure you're signed in. And all of the work for this lesson is on code.org except for answering the essential question, which is right here. You'll answer that essential question by typing in the text box entry form on this assignment page. All right, without further ado, let's jump over here. We've got a video to watch. Oh, okay. So if I refresh this, I'm going to look this video up. Intro to for loops. Let me jump over to YouTube real quick. Intro to for loops. And let's see, code.org. There it is. I found it. Let me pull that over. This one. Oh.
So when you use a repeat block to loop your code, how does the computer know when it's repeated enough times? The repeat block is actually hiding a more sophisticated piece of code called a for loop, which counts from a starting value up to an ending value by a specific increment. So for example, a repeat 3 block counts from 1 to 3 by 1, and every time it counts, it runs the code inside the loop. The for loop knows how many times it has run by using a counter variable that is set to the starting value at the beginning of the loop and has the increment added to it each time the loop is run. As soon as the counter variable is greater than the ending value, the loop stops running. So the benefit of using a real for loop instead of the repeat block is that you can actually see the counter variable and use it in your loop.
All right, very good. Okay, so I'm going to leave this up here. Let's head back over and continue. And Bubble 2 says free play. Experiment with the for loop and the counter variable. Drag out a few blocks and see what happens. All right, so we're a little open-ended here. So let's see. Actions, loops, just seeing what's in my drawers. Brushes and comments. Well, let's go ahead and set the width for our brush. Let's set it, make it a little wider. Set it to 7, enter. And let's see. Experimenting with the counter loop. So let's go ahead and throw a counter loop out here, or a for loop. And let's see. For counter from, let's say 15, 150. And you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just kind of messing around, seeing what I can make. We're going to move forward by counter pixels. So let's using that counter variable that's already established. And we gave counter a value right here. Turn right by 120 degrees. Let's do that. Turn right, turn right. Because I want to make some triangles. 120 degree triangles. Let's see what that does. Cool. Okay. I also want to set random color each time it runs. I always love how that looks. Let's start it at the beginning. Yeah. See, if I move this, whoop, whoop. If I put set color, random color at the bottom, it'll always start out with black. If I keep that at the beginning of my loop, it will always run it a different color. There we go. Very cool. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm interested to see what you guys make on this bubble. Just messing around. Finish. Continue. All right, bubble 3. Let's see. On bubble 3, use a repeat loop inside of a for loop to create this stack of triangles that goes from 50 pixels to 100 pixel sides. Okay. So it wants me to do a repeat loop inside of a for loop. So let's create our for loop. And that goes from 50 to 100. So start with 50 to 100, and we'll leave the count at 10. And then we're going to put a loop inside that. We're making triangles, so repeat 3 times. Then we're going to move forward. Wait, do I have them? Yeah, cool. Move forward by counter pixels. That's going to make sure that it's linked to this for loop up here. And then turn, let's see, run. See, he just continuously runs. But let's have him, he needs to turn left right there and there. So actions, turn left by 120 degrees, enter. Oh, okay. And just for fun, cool. I really like that. It looks kind of like a corporate logo. And it looks like this one is giving us, before you even run it, like an example of what it's going to end up looking like based on the code that you've put out here. That's kind of neat. Kind of saves you a little bit of trouble. All right, continue. Let's go on to bubble 4. Create these triangles that go from 20 pixel sides to 200 pixel sides, where each triangle is 20 pixels larger than the last. So for loop. So based on the instructions, let's see, it goes from 20 pixel sides to 200 pixel sides, and it counts by 20. Okay. Now, let's see. Inside this, we're making a triangle, so we're going to use a repeat 3. And we're going to move forward. Well, I keep grabbing the wrong one. Move forward by counter pixels. And then we're going to turn left by 120 degrees. Enter. Let's see if that works. Awesome. Let's move on to bubble 5. And on this one, we're making a square, so we'll repeat 4 on the inside. We'll start with a for loop. And it says we'll start at 15 pixels. The largest will be 300. And we're going to count up by 15 pixels. All right. And then squares have 4 sides, so we're inside this. We're going to nest a repeat 4. We're going to move forward by counter. And then turn left by 90 degrees. Should get it because squares have 90-degree angles. Let's run it. Cool. It's so satisfying to watch. Let's see. I want to also set color to random color in this one. See what that looks like. Very cool. I like that. All right, bubble 6 is next. Let's head over to it. Continue. Just one little change to the code from the last image can create this drawing. Can you figure out what that change is? Hint, you need to remove something. What is it that I need to remove to make that work? Let's see. Maybe the repeat 4? Cool. Okay, yeah. So all I needed to do to make this sort of square spirally thing is to get rid of the repeat 4 that was nested in there. That was easy enough. All right, bubble 7. Let's see what we have in store for bubble 7. All right, so this time it gets a little wonky. It kind of looks like one of those indoor rides that kind of makes your eyes get all wonky, kind of disorient you as you're going through the ride. If you turn a little bit more or less than you normally would for a shape, it creates a neat effect. Recreate your code from the last level, but turn 89 degrees to create this twisted square spiral. Turn 89 degrees. So recreate the code from the last one. So I'm just going to use my for loop. And I'm trying to remember the numbers. I think it was 15 to 300, counting by 15. And the only thing that I'm changing this time is the degrees. So I'm still going to move forward by counter pixels. And then my other action is going to be turning left by 89 right here. Turn by 89 degrees instead of 90. So it's an imperfect thing. All right, so let's run it. Very cool. All right, bubble 8. Let's see what bubble 8 does. Okay, so this, we've already got some stuff set here, but we've got thinner lines, so we need to go into our brushes and set the width to make it a lot skinnier. And then, this distance is different. Make 3 small changes to the code from the last level to get this. So if I run it as is, it's thin, but it's not a sharp enough distance. So let's try 3 here, see what happens. No, that doesn't do it. Let's speed this up also. That's still cool, but it's not quite there, is it? If I do 1. Oh, I love the way that looks. But that's not right. Let's try 2. Yeah, still not right. What am I doing wrong? Whoops. Let's see. Forward by counter pixels. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I bet it's this. Turn right instead of left. Yep, that nails it. Man, that's super cool. Okay, continue. Bubble 9. Let's see. For bubble 9, we're going to take the angle down to 72 degrees to get a spiraled pentagon. 72 degrees. Pentagons have 5 sides. Is that all I change? Let's try it. Apparently. Cool. All right, bubble 10. Moving right along. And on this one, let's see. Inspiration. Use the counter inside the set alpha block to get something like this faded center. This hexagon pattern was made using a 60-degree turn. So turn at 60. Set alpha counter. Where do I do that? Loops. Set alpha to the counter inside here probably. So I'll pull that out and then loops counter. Set alpha. What does that do? Block to get something to get the faded center. So I guess it draws darker as it goes. Did I do it right? Pretty sure I did it right, but it didn't tell me if I did it right or if I did it wrong. Well, let's see. Oh, okay. There we go. Just click finish, apparently. All right. Bubble 11. Let's see. We use the counter from our for loop to change the width of the brush on this drawing. What will happen when you click run? Okay, let's see. We changed, we used the counter from our for loop to change the width of the brush. Set width to counter divided by 5. For counter from 1 to 200, count by 5. So I think if the width is directly related to the counter, then the width is going to start out skinny and then get wider as it goes, I think. So A, the artist will draw a straight line that increases in thickness. No, it's not going to draw a straight line because we're turning right by 59 degrees. The artist will draw a spiral, and each time through the for loop, the line gets longer and thinner. I don't think it's going to get thinner. I think it's going to get thicker. Every time it draws. The artist will draw a spiral each time and get thicker. Yeah, C. D is never, if it says I don't know, that's never the right answer. Let's run it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it starts out skinny and gets thicker as it goes. All right, bubble 12 is free play. Try using the counter variable with other drawing elements to make magical images like this one. Let's try to make that. Let me think about it for a second, how that might work. So I think I'm going to have to use that set alpha thing because it starts out kind of faded and then gets solid. Let's try. So first I want to set the color to red. So brushes. Oh, it's already there. Cool. Well, that's easy. And then I need a for loop. And does it give any hints? No. Let's start at like 20. There, start at 20 and we'll go to like 200 and we'll count by 2, let's say. So we get lots of spirals, and then set the width of the brush because it's going to be influenced. I want the brush to be wider every time it runs the loop, like it is in the example there. So set width, brushes, set width, pull this out, and then we need to go to math, to counter, plus, and I'm not sure how much that's going up. So we'll start with 5 and we can kind of play with that. And then I need to do that set alpha thing. And we're going to set that to counter as well. So variables, counter. And then I want to move forward. Whoops. Move forward by counter pixels. Is that there? Nope. Got to grab it. Move forward by counter pixels. And then we're going to have to turn right to start making it. And I know it's turn right because right there I can see it. Actions, turn right. And I'm not sure what the angle is. I know it's not 90 because that would make a square. Let's try 60. That's going to be too exact. Let's see what 59 does. Because it gets kind of wibbly wobbly, right? Let's see. Let's run it. Oh no. Look at that. That's crazy. Got way too thick. So I think I need to do like divide here instead of plus. All right. Doesn't have this star thing going on. Let's see. Let's start with a lower number, like 10. Hmm. 15, maybe. Let's change this to 61 instead of 59. I feel like that's a little bit closer. Let's do a smaller number here as well. We're getting closer to it, but we're not quite there yet. Let's try a different number there. Hey, I think that nailed it. Awesome. Cool. I'm happy with that result. Let's finish and continue. And that's it for that lesson. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I really like these artist assignments because it's really satisfying to make the really cool patterns and designs and stuff. All right. You guys have a good one.